Hello, Taurus, and welcome to this, your July 2024 reading and predictions. Let's dive right in. Today, we are going to look at where you are at now. We're going to look at what you are focusing on, what you don't see coming and unexpected, challenges and difficult influences. Where are we going first? Which cards are we going to go to first? We're getting called over here. Let's check out where you're at now and what is influencing you now. Ooh, I remember your last reading for the month of June. It was wild. You had some double cards come up. So there's also a hint about a new partnership. Let's see what's coming up for you, Taurus. All right. So where you're at now, Taurus, there is only one card that has come out for you. It's the Tower. And not only did the Tower come out for you, it came out in the reversed position. This is an indication that there is something that you don't see coming. Something unexpected is on the horizon for you. It is absolutely going to catch you completely off guard. It is something that once you overcome it, it's going to feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, Taurus. But when it actually hits you, it's going to feel like you've been blindsided somehow, some way. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. Okay. I sense that um, what you don't see coming with regards to this Tower card in reverse coming out is potentially something someone is going to, I don't want to say someone's going to say something to you. Someone's going to do something to you or do something. I don't want to say do something to you because that has the connotation of being a victim, and you're really not a victim in this, but someone is going to do something and it's going to catch you completely off guard. It's completely out of character for what you thought or who you thought that person was, and is going to leave you. The word that comes to mind is stunned. But as you process that and work through it, it's actually going to be a relief in the end that whatever the situation is finally going to be out in the open, and you're going to be able to move through it. I'm going to pull a card to clarify this Tower in reverse. Let's see what comes up as clarification for the Tower in reverse for where you're at now. All right, we've got just a whole whack of cards coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect up this whole whack of cards that's coming out, mix them up, and hopefully get just one or two cards to help to clarify. We only need one or two cards here to clarify this Tower in reverse. I want to put all of them in facing upright. I really don't like dealing with reversed cards unless I have to. So this is what came up with regards to clarifying the Tower. The fact that this many cards came out for clarifying the Tower in reverse for you, Taurus, is an indication that it's just something that it comes at you out of the blue. It's completely unexpected, but it's something that needed to happen. Clarification for, okay, we've got cards just absolutely flying here. I might even have to pause the video because I know one flew over here and I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh. All right, to clarify, Seven of Wands. Yeah. All right, so to clarify this Tower in reverse for where you're at now, as we move out of the month of June and into the month of July, Taurus, we've got the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, to clarify the Tower, is really saying you're going to be able to see things from a different perspective. And oftentimes, when the Hanged Man appears, especially when it's clarifying another card, what it's actually doing is showing us the truth, showing us what we needed to see in order to be able to clarify a particular situation or relationship. And this is actually a really positive card to come out in relation to this Tower in reverse, especially the first clarification card, because what this is saying is, yeah, this needed to happen. You needed to be able to see this other perspective because it's giving you clarity to be able to move forward. You have the Seven of Wands coming out here. The Seven of Wands is the card that makes you feel like you're being challenged. You'll notice here that there's 7 wands across the bottom of the card, and it's like they're all pointing at you. It's like friends, family, society, the culture, religion, education, whatever. It's pointing their finger at you saying, and you're sitting there in your zen going, yeah, whatever, whatever. I know that the Tower needed to happen. I can see clearly now. I'm seeing things from a better perspective. You can challenge me if you want, but I'm feeling good. That's really what this is saying, Taurus. I'm liking where this is going for you. Next, we have 2 cards that came out together. We have the World and we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, oops, this one here. The Ace of Swords is about some new thoughts or ideas coming in, new plans being made. And the Empress is about bringing those plans to fruition, bringing them out into the world. The Empress is almost always in the tarot depicted as a pregnant female, and the pregnancy is intended to portray a new idea being birthed out into the world. So the fact that you've got the Ace of Swords and the Empress coming out together is a wonderful indication that this Tower moment near the end of June going into July needed to happen to you. It's snapping you out of a slumbers, is snapping you out of a situation where you had been rather passive, and now you have the opportunity to really get involved in your life. Let's dive into what you are focusing on. Ooh, Taurus, what are you focusing on? All right, then the cards are going crazy again. Oh my goodness, fairies. This is ridiculous. I am going to have a little talk to the fairies here. This is crazy. Looks like July is going to be exciting for you. All right, the fairies finally settled down. Let's see. We're going to do the same thing that we did with the other deck when it decided to kick out far too many cards and ideas and suggestions. Because if this is what you're focusing on, you're going to be very confused and life's going to be pretty complicated. So let's just mix up this smaller portion of the deck 3 times. There's 1, 2. All right. From all of that, we've got 1 card that decided to come out. 6 of Autumn, 6 of Pentacles. Good news comes back to you. 6 of Pentacles is a card of karma. It is the card that I like to call the philanthropic card. It is the card of, if you feel like you have enough to give, then please do. And if you feel like you are in need, please ask for help. It is the card of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done to you. It is the card of what you put out there comes back to thee. You may have recently seen my video on the mirror principle. I also want to mention Aaron Dowdy, Clark Kegley, and Quasi. Those 3 big YouTube guys have all very recently put out videos about the mirror principle. But I would highly recommend, Taurus, that you look into the mirror principle, given that you have this card, the Six of Pentacles, coming out in what you are focusing on. Just to really, really quickly mention mirror principle. Everything about life is a mirror. When we meet a person who we immediately dislike, we need to look at what it is that we don't like, because chances are it's an aspect of ourselves. They are reflecting back to us an aspect of ourselves that we dislike. They are making our demons tingle. What we try to hide from the world, they are exposing it. All right. That's part of the mirror principle. The other side of the mirror principle is, if there are big aspects of ourselves that we dislike, then we are reflecting that out into the universe, and the universe goes, okay, let's give them more of what they don't like, because that's what you're focusing on. And what you focus on, you manifest, right? This is kind of like the vicious circle principle, right? And again, karma can be a vicious circle if we're not careful. So there's a whole bunch coming up here, Taurus. Now, for those of you who don't know and might be new to my channel, not only am I a psychic and a tarot reader, I am also a certified intuitive counselor, and I am also a certified hypnotherapist and past life regressionist. I have been doing hypnotherapy and past life regression for more than 20 years. So if this is resonating for you and making sense, but you would like to have a personal consultation with me, I'll leave all my contact details down below, along with affiliate links for any of the decks that I'm using today. Let's dive into difficult influences. I'm getting called back over here to this naughty light seers deck that was a little bit crazy earlier in your reading. Let's see what else is coming up as difficult influences and challenges for you. Okay, Taurus. Oh, we still have quite a few cards that have come out in the order in which they came out. Order in which they came out. First, we have the Two of Swords coming out here. Two of Swords is about needing to make a decision on blind faith. You'll notice that the character on this card is wearing a blindfold and needs to make a decision. In the traditional tarot, the Two of Swords is depicted as a character who is blindfolded and has two swords crisscrossed in front of her, and she needs to make a choice about which way to go. So, this is coming up in your difficult influences. Guess what your next card is, Taurus? Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Need to make a decision. You've got two twos in your difficult influences. This is telling me that based on whatever happens with this Tower card, this Tower moment, this sudden change in your life, whatever is happening there is a choice that you need to make. It's an important decision, but you're hesitating to make it. It's a challenge to you. You don't really want to. And I can tell you why. Because, as I mentioned already, the initial few cards that came out are indicating that you've kind of been stuck in complacency. You've been stuck in your comfort zone, and the Tower is snapping you out of that. You're done. No more comfort zone. It is time to start living. It is time to get your idea birthed out into the world. Keeping in mind the mirror principle. Love yourself. What you put out, you get back. If you're not putting any effort out into the world because you are so complacent and living in your comfort zone, then what you get back is more complacency and living in a comfort zone. And for many people, they're okay with that. But for the vast majority of you Taurans out there, that's not going to be okay. Not long term. And that's why the Towers come in. But these two twos that are coming out here in your difficult influences are telling me that it is time for you to make a decision. Now, the very next card that you have is the Seven of Pentacles. Guess what the Seven of Pentacles is all about, Taurus? Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds and tending them for the future. Okay. But these are in your difficult influences. You're hesitant to plant seeds to move your life forward. You're stuck in your comfort zone. It's time to move out of your comfort zone. And that tower might force you out of your comfort zone. Let's take a look at your very next card in your difficult influences. That would be the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is about a new beginning, but the Ace of Wands is ruled by the element of fire. If somebody lights a fire under your butt, you're probably going to want to move. Unless, of course, you have this in your difficult influences, which means that you are hesitating and you're saying, I don't know if I want to do this yet. And the very last card that you have in your difficult influences is the Hermit. The Hermit is about making time for yourself. It is about self-care. It is about going within. It's about turning off screens, turning off distractions, making private, quiet time to go within and discover who you are, Taurus. Because I'm going to bet that this Two of Swords and Two of Cups that are in your difficult influences, you will be able to make this decision much more easily when you take time for yourself. The clarity will come in those hermit moments. So please do not resist them. The reason that we pull cards for difficult influences, Taurus, is so that we know what is preventing us from being able to live our lives to the fullest. So get out there and live your life to the fullest. All right, let's take a look at messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. Messages from the universe. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you have a lot of messages from the universe. Taurus, you are the fourth video that I've recorded for July. I'm bouncing around doing my recordings this month. I'm mixing things up a little bit. Out of the 4 videos that I've recorded so far for the month of July, Taurus, you are the third zodiac sign to receive this message from the universe. Understand your body. What does this mean? This means go within, turn things off, and pay attention to where you are getting messages in your body. That's where your intuition comes from. They say that intuition is a still, small voice. It's not always a voice. Sometimes it's a twinge in our bodies. So pay attention to that. Being able to see things from a different perspective. Again, understand your body, understand where messages are coming from. The other thing that I do want to comment on is when this message comes out, it is also an indication that you need to watch your health, take care of your health as you move through the month of July. Disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor. I am not allowed to give you formal medical advice. What I can do is offer you common sense suggestions. Common sense suggestions are if you are living in the northern hemisphere and July is the summer, make sure you are fully hydrated with good, high quality, clean water or other product that you may choose to hydrate with. Make sure that your diet is balanced, whatever a balanced diet looks like for you, right? Understand your body. Next message from the universe, let go of ego. Yeah. The best way that we can move forward through a tower moment and not incur additional karma with this Six of Pentacles or Six of Autumn here is to let go of our ego. You don't always have to be right. You don't have to prove that you're right. Even though you may be right, Taurus, And Taurus is a bull, and Taurus is kind of stubborn, and they like to let everybody know that they are big and strong and correct. You don't have to, oh God, I don't want to say it like that. My guides are telling me to say it a certain way that is not nice. Is there another way that we can say this? Is there another way we can say this? Not really. Okay. Taurus, let go of your ego. You do not have to ram it down someone else's throat, the fact that you may be right. Walk away. Because if you are feeling like you need to be forceful and let everybody know that you were the one that was in the right and you were the one that was wronged, if that's the situation in the case, you're coming from a place of ego, not from a place of self-confidence. Okay. There's a big difference between coming from a place of ego and possessing self-confidence. So watch for that coming up for you in the month of July. Never judge another. Yeah. Focus on the positive. And finally, Taurus, you are here for a reason. You really are. Don't ever forget that. You are here for a reason. Let's move into what is coming up for you that is unexpected. Where are we going for unexpected? We're getting called back over here. All right. Unexpected for Taurus. Unexpected in July. That's not a bad card. That's a good one too. All right. Anything else unexpected for Taurus in July? All right, so the first card that jumped out for you, Taurus, is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the richest king in the deck. He is the king that comes along and potentially gives you some financial information or advice. So be on the lookout for that as you move through the month of July, Taurus, that someone may pop into your life with some tidbits or some information that pertains to your financial circumstances, and that is going to help you out. Um, the the King of Pentacles is also about personal development and personal growth, specifically in relation to money and career. So this is an indication that there may be some positive. So if this had come up in the reverse, it might not have been quite so positive, but this came up in your unexpected, it came up in the upright. So there may be some positive things happening with regards to your finances and or your career. So be on the lookout for that, Taurus, as you move through the month of July. Next, you have the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is a card that it may feel like things are challenging right now. It may feel like life is challenging you at this time. It may even feel like there is some greed or corruption or competition happening. And in fact, when we look back over to you needing to make a decision, just a second here, let me pull these cards out again. All right. When we come back over to your Ace of Swords and Empress, you have a new idea, you want to get it out into the world, it's almost ready to be birthed out into the world, but you're struggling with making a decision, you're struggling with taking steps towards getting it out into the world with this Ace of Wands here, and you're hesitating to plant the seeds. The reason that you may be hesitating to plant those seeds, Taurus, is because of this Five of Wands appearing in your unexpected. You may be going, oh, there's too much competition. Oh, is my idea not good enough? Oh my gosh, maybe there's too many other people already out there doing the exact same thing. You already have your answer. I'm going to pull it up. You may be thinking, oh, there's too many, the space is already crowded. There's too many people already doing the exact same thing. But you had a message from the universe, Taurus. You are here for a reason. No one can do what you do the way you do it. There may be other people in this space regarding your brand new idea. There may be other people out there doing something that is similar, but no one can do it the way that you do it. So do not allow fear. That is what this card is bringing into your life. It is the fear of, I'm not good enough. Someone else can do it better than I can. That's not going to slide. That's not going to ride. And the reason that it's not going to is because you have the King of Pentacles first, then you have this card coming in, and then guess what card you have? Oh my goodness, you have another ace. That makes 3 aces in your reading. 3 out of the 4 aces. You have the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands, and you now have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is about new beginnings regarding finances and career. If you allow the ego mind to take over, you can't put this new thing out into the world. But you are here for a reason. Whatever this is, Taurus, you are meant to put it out there. The Tower is stirring things up for you enough that you're going to want to change and shift and put this idea out there. Don't let anything stand in your way. Final general overall outcome for Taurus. Final general overall outcome for Taurus. I'm smiling because one of the cards flipped over and I like the card that flipped over for you. It's the last card in your reading. Okay. Taurus, your final general overall outcome. You have the Nine of Winter. This card corresponds to the Nine of Swords. This is the card of catastrophism. This is the card of lying awake in bed at night going, woe is me, worst case scenario always happens to me. Oh, I'm such a victim. But we know that our thoughts create our reality. So if you are lying awake in bed, worrying about this tower, instead of focusing on all of these aces that you had come out, all of these good things, you've got all these aces, you've got the King of Pentacles coming out, you've got all of this good stuff coming out. You're here for a reason. Focus on the positive. Possess self-confidence. You've got all of this good stuff coming out. See life from a different perspective. Don't see it the way that you used to see it. And this card will fall by the wayside. You have the Hermit. This is the second time that you have the Hermit in your reading. The first time that you had the Hermit in your reading was in your difficult influences, indicating that you were hesitant or resistant to doing the work of the Hermit. The work of the Hermit is, of course, to withdraw, go within, meditation, practice self-care, and so on. This card in your outcome is indicating that by the end of July, you will have overcome some of the blocks that were preventing you from tapping deeply into the Hermit energy. And finally, this is the card that I was smiling about as your final general overall outcome. This is the Ten of Autumn, also known as the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a card of feeling like you have achieved in the world, feeling like there is success right around the corner, feeling like you have sufficient money or funds to be able to be putting a little bit aside for a rainy day, have a little rainy day fund. And it's just a card of feeling satisfaction, specifically in the area of your finances. So That was a lot. I don't even think I need to do a review. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in August.